shall I watch today? Wasted 12 years of my life watching this 3 times, but...
Welcome back to the Alice in Videoland podcast. As always, I'm joined by Alice in Videoland co-owner and filmmaker extraordinaire Peter Tonks. And also joining us today is Jordan Willen. Jordan, welcome. Did I get that right?
Yeah, man.
Excellent, good.
Yeah, great.
Jordan, welcome along. Jordan is a local filmmaker also. He also works here at Alice. He has my dream job. And he's a film school graduate. Jordan,
he applied for a job once, I believe.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Well, when I leave, you should get my job.
Done deal.
Yeah, done
Thank
deal.
you. There we go.
Yeah,
there
I'm
we
sure
go.
Karen would approve of that. Thanks for having me here tonight after my 8-hour shift, but it's all of my own volition, so that's cool. I'm not being coerced into this.
You're off the clock, so why not sit here and talk about films when you're not being paid?
Sometimes I just clock off here and look at movies anyway, so
really? There we go.
it's nice to have the company.
Oh, awesome. Jordan, before we get stuck into your top 10 picks, I just wanted you to give us a little bit of your history, man. So, like, you're into making films yourself. You made some short films, I hear. What got you into film? Tell us about it.
What got me into filmmaking in this capacity of going to university and studying it was I enjoyed doing the film module so much as part of my fine arts degree at University of Canterbury that I just chose why not do something different for the next 3 years. I'd never really made films before then.
Wow.
And I already worked here, so I guess I've been watching films for most of my life. My parents got me into watching films, watched a lot of films with my sister. I just thought it'd be cool to apply what I know creatively in a different medium. And it was a lot of fun, 4-year experience of making films. I made a bunch of different things from kind of rudimentary animation, found footage stuff, documentary-esque, and I finished by making a traditional style film,
awesome.
Short film, 20 minutes. Yeah.
So you've done a bit of everything. Like that's such a crossover of genres. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's quite unique. But no, good on you. That's
So
really
that was
cool.
all, when you did your first year. You do the first year of film art school. You do different.
Yeah, you do like kind of 2 to 3 week blocks of each discipline. So film, it's now been rebranded to Moving Image because it's more in line with,
Digital
I
and
guess,
so forth.
the fine arts world. It's more encompassing painting, sculpture, design, photography. So
And film was the one that you.
well, I just thought it's the one I had the least kind of experience with. Probably that and photography, bar taking photos with, the phone. But it's quite different using cameras and, again, working with the element of duration. And film kind of encompasses all of the other disciplines from the get-go. Because if you think about it, there's like writing, can be storyboarding, there's sound design and score, and there can be acting. It's
Art direction.
yeah. It encompasses so many of the other ones, whereas the other disciplines were quite fixed, even though they do encourage people to open up. I feel like a lot of people kind of tend to play it quite safe. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I just wanted to try new things.
It's really bold, man. I feel like that would be quite a scary decision to go for the thing that you're least experienced with and something that is kind of all encompassing. But good on you. That's awesome. You obviously found something that resonated with you on that. So that's.
Were you
that's
happy?
really
You
cool.
got through it.
I got through it.
You made the right decision.
Well, I was kind of done by the end of it, just with, if I'm being completely honest, I feel like I hit my stride in second year when I was working here probably too much, and I had overloaded my fine arts and cinema studies paper, and I was doing studio work, so I was working, I pretty much didn't have a day off. My only day off for a whole semester was on Saturday, and I'd use it to catch up. But on uni work and stuff.
Yeah.
But because I was used to going 5th, 6th gear, I was just getting shit done. There wasn't enough time to think and ruminate on stuff. I just had to get things done, right? So after that semester was finished, I found I'd been so used going so fast that the next semester felt so kind of easy and I wasn't busy enough.
Right. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
I mean, not so good really, because I kind of felt
So it threw you
empty.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, because I challenged myself so much that then I thought it'll be so easy and nice, and it was almost kind of, there was a little bit of a hollow feeling. But then the next year I chose a project as a fresh year, and I chose something that challenged myself.
Nice.
I chose to quit cigarettes and nicotine and document myself doing it.
Ooh,
And I did
nice.
it for first semester of the documentation, and then I quit them for like the next 6 months, and now I'm stupidly back on vaping. So I guess I can make another one on the revisitation.
That's what I was going to say. You can do another doco on getting
Yeah.
back on the diaries.
But I guess it's that kind of intersection between like chaos and order is both kind of needed to create. It's between that creative tension that a lot of powerful art is made. At least,
That's a great description. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't make that up. That's,
Probably did film school.
no,
That's great
that's
though, I
that's
love it.
actually something I learned recently through in The Birth of Tragedy by Friedrich Nietzsche. He talks about
Yeah.
Apollonian and Dionysian energies, like the Apollonian being of the god Apollo, rational order, logic, and Dionysus, god of the festival, fern of wine. So it's like this chaotic balance with the order, and it's through this tension. And
love
there's a lot of other philosophers, artists that would kind of resonate, I guess, with that idea.
And you can relate to that with what your experience was.
I guess so. Yeah, it was pretty fucking shit, but it was also I really liked the freedom that I had when I no longer had it in my body, and then I was stupid enough to reintroduce it back in. But that's alright. I mean, things happen. But knowing you've done something once means you can do it again. It's not like it's completely unknown. Yeah,
Wicked. How long have you been working at Alice for?
too long. Like 5 years and what's the date?
Oh my god,
He's gonna have it down to the.
Nah, like just shy of 5 months, 5 years and 4 months.
Amazing.
So in
Oh,
another
that's
like
great.
13 days, it'll be 4 months. But then I don't know how that works with leap years and plus minus. So
But he's only
Give or
part-time,
take.
he's not full-time.
I used to be full time. I've done my time.
To
Yeah.
be fair, he's here most of the times I come here. Jordan is here.
Oh yeah.
So just going back to your film studies, then, like obviously having played with a few of these different genres, what one resonated with you the most? What one made you go, yeah, this is for me?
That's a really hard one. I think Connor, who just got a job here, he asked me a similar kind of question, like if I could only select one genre to watch on, I'm on a beach and somehow I'm isolated, but have a TV with a hard drive of movies
Unlimited
about
power and-
whatever. Yeah, like I'm stranded. I can't get anything else, but I have this one genre.
Could happen.
And I was kind of a smartass and deconstructed it, and I said like, well, when does comedy stop being comedy? Because what is funny to one person is potentially not funny or horrific or offensive to another. Same with horror, same with
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Yeah, you're totally right.
And I think a lot of my favourite films blend these different things. Like some of the things I've selected are quite strictly, maybe they fit nicely into a genre. Some of the things maybe blend a bit more. I've totally forgotten what I've picked now, but I guess I'll have to.
Hey, this is exciting. I'm keen to get stuck into this now. That's
Yeah.
good.
So I mean, like, I think laughter's really good. Comedy's good. I think that's maybe what I missed out on here. Oh no, there's some comedy in there. Not so much. Not strictly, but watching a good horror film or like a psychological kind of thriller film is quite good because it's very tense.
Mhm.
I've heard that it also you can burn a decent amount of calories by watching more thrillers than horrors because it like kind of raises the tension, right? Not that I need to lose any more weight.
No,
I do
no.
enough cardio.
Watching
But
too many, by the way.
we watch you too many. Yeah. I need to eat more
I need to-
pies.
I need to watch them. Damn it.
You could that could be a new Alice. A new
Diet.
business venture. You
Diet,
could do the
yeah.
Alice diet,
Yeah.
where you have to watch 20 thrillers a week.
Yeah.
And you can just watch the kilos disappear.
The thing there though is with this diet, it's like you can't half-ass it like with a lot of these other diets. You have to like you have to immerse yourself in it. You know, you can't just be like, oh,
You
I'm
have to
safe.
work here.
No. Yeah, I mean, you have to create the ideal conditions to watch like a darker film. You can't watch on the daylight on your phone on the bus and expect for the text to kind of hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't watch
exactly.
Lawrence of Arabia on video on a 15-inch TV.
I mean, you can, but you're kind of pulling the middle finger at anyone who worked on that, right? And then if you have a comment based on that, you're kind of just, I mean, it's not really, you didn't get the full picture, really. Yeah, so I mean, your opinion's kind of less than whether you watched it without distraction in a, even at your home, whatever, or in a cinema.
I've had friends where I've said to them, have you seen this? It'll be a great film. And they go, yeah, I tried watching that. And I said, how'd you watch it? Oh, it was on a cam copy on my laptop. And it's this janky handy cam video from inside a cinema. You can see people getting in and out of their seats, probably filmed here at Alice. I just think you're not doing that film any justice. Of course you hate it.
No,
Oh,
I've never watched a cam once in my life.
No,
I just don't see
no.
the point.
No, that's a disgrace.
Yeah, people need more patience. At least wait for the DVD rip to go online. but until then, actually wait even longer and wait for it to be put on DVD or Blu-ray, and then come watch it here or watch in the cinema. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a great sound system at home, so the cinemas are always a great place, and it's nice and dark. There's something about the ritual of going somewhere with intention to watch a film, because presumably you're going to treat that space with some amount of respect, unless it's a film like Minecraft.
In which case the cinema gets destroyed.
Yeah,
Did you guys play Minecraft here?
we did.
Did you have any drama with
I
any of the...
I don't think so. Maybe because we're a
Good.
smaller outfit. I
Yeah.
think maybe it was a bit messier than usual, but I don't believe we had any whole packets of popcorn or stuff chucked, or too many.
chickens brought in?
No live chickens. And I think the audience feedback was, I guess, as expected. I didn't hear any people shouting through the walls or anything.
That's good.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah.
good then. That's respectful. And going back to what you said about like the experience of being in a cinema, I totally agree. I love there not being distractions, and I find can definitely have a more emotional experience watching a film in a cinema. I find it's very easy to get distracted at home, especially with phones and just other distractions, people you're living with, whatever. When you're in the cinema, it's like phone off. You can just sit there. You're in your own world. It's a special time. It's nice. Nice.
It very much can
I
be,
think,
right?
Yeah, totally. I think it can totally make or break a film experience.
I agree.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you the conditions have to be right, but the perfect film is deserving of good conditions. So. Yeah, and the Alice cinemas are great, I must say. The Egyptian cinema
100%
and
agree.
the Alice cinema, I think they're fantastic. So, and I've seen many a good film here. I'm excited to get into these 10 films, Jordan. So, like,
Cool.
if we wouldn't mind kicking it off, what have you got for us? Let's have a look.
Cool. First off the bat is Once Upon a Time in America, Sergio Leone.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember the year, maybe it's 70s,
Mhm.
early. Looks like that. It's got a great cast. De Niro, I think James Woods is in it. A bunch of other Italian-American actors as well. I guess it's what you'd call an epic. It follows their life from when they're children.
Goes through a few generations, doesn't it?
Yeah, a few generations, sort of early, potentially post First War, maybe post Depression is when it kicks off. I haven't seen it for a few years, so I'm hazing the details, but
Turn of the century, I think.
early 20th century, and it follows this gang of kind of kids who are just out there and kind of stealing things when they can and smoking cigarettes when they're 9 years old, and just as you do. I mean, I didn't get into that till later, but
It's a bit of a monster film. You like the monster films.
It looks great, and
Yeah.
I was just there a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, you were
Dumbo,
too?
yeah,
Wow.
Manhattan Overbridge.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that view is incredibly iconic. Look, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Jennifer Connelly. I mean,
Yeah.
Sergio Leone. I haven't seen this, and this
That's a great
film
film.
just looks
Great.
like.
Oh, yeah.
How have I missed this?
Well,
Looks amazing.
a lot of people you'll get deterred by the runtime. I heard you say Lawrence of Arabia before, so maybe you've seen enough long films, but this is certainly another one. The joy of watching it at home is you can have a bit of an intermission. I believe this one actually has a hard-coded intermission about 2 parts through, from memory.
Yeah, it probably is too. Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is
well,
nice
love
because
that.
the first time I watched it in Dunedin, I thought I really need a piss, and then the intermission came on. I'm like, whoa, that's
timed that
that's great timing. Yeah, because apparently the older you get, I've been told, I'm already feeling it, the worse your bladder gets. And if you're staying hydrated, I mean, I don't have water here. I kind of feel like one, but you can only hold so much. And you wanna be focused watching a film. You don't want to be distracted again by like thinking, man, I need to.
There's nothing worse than we want to go for a wee while the film's still playing.
It's really difficult if it's a really good film.
That's a good point
Yeah.
to bring that up. Yeah.
And if you're really like, where's the strategic moment? Where's a lull?
Yeah.
And like, can I miss out on this? If you're with another person, maybe you could tag and be like, I'll go,
You tell
and you
me
film,
what I
tell me in.
missed. Yeah.
But if you're by yourself, you're fucked.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
That's when the cam copy comes out and you just record, and then you can watch what you missed. No, that's. I'm keen as to check this out. Actually, going back, I wanted to ask, how many have you ever been in a cinema and had an intermission? Like, have you had that in a film before? In
When
the
I was
theatre?
younger, it was quite regular. Actually, yeah.
I knew you
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
have, but Jordan.
Nah, apparently the Wanaka Cinema does it for like every film.
Oh,
I
yes.
feel like
They
they
do,
should.
and they make you you get a cookie,
Yeah, cookie.
and they bring a cookie around.
That's
you
amazing.
go out and get a
Yeah,
cookie and
and
come
they've-
back in again.
I think we had
That's
something
amazing.
similar when we went and saw The Third Man at the Roxy. I think they did that pre-intermission in the middle. The only time I've had a proper intermission was when I went and saw 2001: A Space Odyssey sort of recently, and they did an intermission in the middle, and that was quite nice. And I thought, why don't they do this more? I went straight down to the candy bar. I bought some snacks. I got myself a drink. I thought they should be doing this more. They'd get more money, surely. But
Yeah.
I'm all for.
I think it
we
was
should-
they could
bring
fit
it
an extra
back.
film in,
Yeah.
but then it's working out
True.
whether
There we
getting
go.
more film or not. These days, you'd probably be better off getting sales from the money from the lorries, wouldn't you?
I think
Oh,
so.
I thought so. Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe it'll come
And
back.
then you get purists who probably complain that it takes away from the momentum of the film. And
There is that, and there's also a few cinema purists I've encountered that refuse to purchase any food for any film, and they'll also kind of have a problem with other people doing it. And
Oh, because of the noise.
The
Ah.
noise.
oh, the noise is part of it. This guy actually made a really good point when some things say that film by Steve McQueen, not the American stunt dude, but who made Shame,
Great Escape
Yep,
and stuff.
shame, yeah.
Shame, and what was that one, Hunger?
Hunger, yeah.
See, if you're watching that and chowing down on food, it's kind of insulting to the concept of a hunger strike. Those things don't really align, So
That's a good point.
yeah, so when he says like, when I'm watching people suffering on film, it seems weird to be eating food, and I kind of agree with him on that. I still sometimes purchase food and eat it, but ever since he's like made that call,
You'd be more conscious about that.
I've been thinking about it, and I've never been so rude as to just chow into like. You gotta
Bag of
wait.
chips, yeah.
You gotta wait for the peaks of the.
When it gets noisy, you can't.
Yeah,
have any chips.
exactly. Have some fucking decorum.
I do want to move on, but this is just too good.
Yeah.
Just quickly, what is the
Yeah.
worst food you yourself or have seen other people bring into a cinema? What's the most inappropriate?
I got the answer
Meal.
to that.
Here we
Some
go.
guy bought when we first
What's
bought this
that?
place, bought a chicken in. It wasn't even half.
What, a
And
whole chicken?
he was eating a chicken in the far corner of the Egyptian. I had to go and talk to him, and he got grumpy with me, but I thought, no, mate, this guy's
you
out
gotta
of
talk
luck.
to
And the
him.
whole theatre stunk.
There was this lady who was running late for a film, and she bought fish and chips. I said, you can't bring those in there. You have to eat them in the lobby. And she's like, okay. And then I had to go do something else, and then she went in and presumably stuffed the rest of the fish and chips into her bag, because when I went to clean that film,
It's
clean the cinema, it stunk like fish.
Yeah, no, honestly, the chicken, I was like giving Christopher this guy, he was just scoffing away at chicken.
That's ridiculous.
Rude that he didn't bring enough for everyone as well.
Totally. Some bread rolls, some coleslaw. God damn
yeah.
it. Anyway, we should move
Yeah.
on, but there's some very important discussions there.
Yep. Oh, and
And great film.
great film and a great score by the late Ennio Morricone, who has
Amazing.
scored many a great films.
It's a great first.
And
first
since
pick.
you like
Thank
Casino and all those films, that's your next.
That's exactly what
your
I'm
next bet.
thinking.
Fuck yeah.
That is your next bet.
Just
Oh,
it
yeah.
looks awesome. Thank you.
Get on in it. You can watch stories about
The
gangsters,
ending
just
is
don't become
totally,
one.
totally wacky. You can't work out what happened at the end exactly, but it's when the
Endings are hard. That's
Yeah,
what I
endings are
discovered through filmmaking. The next one is Scorsese. I only watched this for the first time maybe 3 weeks ago
Great.
with my partner. I believe maybe it's one of his only, if only, kind of family films that he's made.
Maybe.
I can see it kind of lived up to the hype because I heard about it. It's probably over a decade old, 12 years old or something. And you know, when you miss a kind of big film that was praised by many sources, you're like, oh, that can't possibly live up to the hype. You know, it's
it
like
did.
I thought that about Parasite. Took 2 years to watch that, and then when I watched it, I thought, oh, that was actually pretty damn good. This one too, yeah, I would have loved to have seen it on the big screen, and he even
3D,
did. He did even did it in 3D, which I can
yeah.
see while watching it. Is like he actually thought about the 3D. He didn't just do it as a gimmicky
Add-on.
add-on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of thought about it from the ground up. The casting's brilliant. Ben Kingsley. I don't actually want to like say too much about the plot because for people who haven't seen it, it's quite good. And if you know,
Thank you.
yeah, if you know a lot about cinema as well, you almost get an Easter egg that kind of tells you where it's going to go.
Right.
It's just kind of charming and fantastical, and it's got everything in it. Can't really fault it.
That's awesome.
There probably are faults with it, but it's just a charming, nice film. A bit longer than a usual children's film. Maybe it's like 2 hours or something. It kind of warrants it. It doesn't feel like it drags. Yeah,
So
2
totally,
hours.
yeah, completely reasonable for a Scorsese film.
Yeah, completely reasonable for a Scorsese film, and it sticks in the one time period. You know, it doesn't follow them again when they're grown up and
De-aging technology.
yeah, it doesn't do that. That said, though, I did like The Irishman. I know not everyone likes that, but
Loved it.
yeah, because that's kind of like the same idea as Goodfellas and Casino, but it's a bit more, I guess, because he was, what, 70 or 80 in his 80s or
Yeah.
70s when he made that, so he's matured a lot, it seems, as a filmmaker, and he's not relying on the same violence that he used in, well, you
Early
know, like,
films,
yeah,
yes,
Joe
yeah.
Pesci,
True.
like, just thrusting a fucking hunting knife
Yeah.
into someone at the start of... It's a way to start a film, and I still love Goodfellas. But I mean, it goes to show he's evolved, like, as an artist a lot. He's
Yeah.
just alluding to it more, and the de-aging stuff was kind of cooked, but we forgive him for that. I do at least.
I do too. I totally think that film works. The Irishman. I know we're getting a bit distracted here, but yeah.
Good.
I watched it when it first came out, and I gave up on it. I fell asleep watching it, and I thought, it's just not for me.
Hmm.
Went away and just went back to like Martin Scorsese's back catalogue. It's one of the few I haven't seen, and I just was falling in love with his films again. I got to give The Irishman a go. So I bought it on disc, physical media, went home and watched it, and I was like, oh my god, this is just a masterpiece. And I've watched it once more since, and again, it's gotten better with each watch. Incredible film. I love it. It could be longer, and I wouldn't complain. Hugo
It's
is
on the
one
list.
haven't seen yet, and I'm dead keen to see this.
Definitely not as dark as those other ones.
No, but I
Yeah.
mean, this is a. I thought this was an animated film. It's not.
Nah.
No, it's live action.
Yeah, live action, yeah.
It's a similar thing to you. I was aware of this when it came out. There was a hype, there was a buzz. I never saw it on the big screen. It completely flew under the radar, and only recently I saw it sitting on a shelf. I picked it up and saw it was directed by Scorsese, which I was completely unaware of. So, of course, that is now like shot right up my list. So I'm going to be watching this very
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
Live action
Please
too.
do.
That's so
Yeah.
exciting. There we go. I learned something again. That's
It's great, yeah.
Okay, I'm very excited to watch this. We're going to talk about this more after I've seen this. So
Cool.
thank you. Thank you for no spoilers. It's good to have a spoiler-free review.
Yeah, I'll try and maintain that same kind of approach with all these,
If
because...
it's got to be done, it's got to be done though. It's
Well,
okay.
No, it's the problem with, film and and all art really is you don't really want to spoil it or like lend too much to someone else or influence them. You want them to discover it themselves. So I'm going to try and just not.
It's hard when we're so
It is
passionate
hard.
about some of these films, though, eh? Like,
Yeah, I almost want to, as like one of these, just be like downplay it and just be like, nah, it's shit, or it's like it's
Highlander
it's
too.
okay, it's okay. It's a film about burning. Look at him; he doesn't even know where he's going. You
He's
know,
lost, you're right.
he seems lost as hell. The sky's overblown. What does that mean? Um,
I'm completely
Yeah.
unfamiliar with this film. Very
Cool.
interested.
well, it's
Take it away.
something I learned maybe 6 or 8 years ago is that South Korea is a crazy place and they make amazing films. They probably make adequate and mediocre and shit films as well, but I've been fortunate enough to see.
We only get the goodies here, don't we?
South Korea, eh?
Yeah, South Korea. Yeah.
Peter Tonks, have you seen this one?
I have.
Yeah? Recommendation?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a great film.
That's
It's-
worthy of the top 10
It's
selection?
dramatic, that one. It's quite, I mean,
It's
yeah.
dramatic. It's
It's a dark story, but it doesn't really, it just more dramatic look at it, isn't it, really?
it is.
Is it dubbed or?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
It'll be
No,
read
no.
subtitles.
Yes,
What
you
I
have to read. You have to use brain power.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. We
quite
we
long
need
for
that
it,
nowadays
It's
because
probably needed a
we're.
break, that one, didn't it? Was
What's
one-
that?
Is that one that needs an intermission almost? That's quite long from him.
It's like 2.5, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought it warranted it because it is kind of very much like a slow
It's
burn.
slow going, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a slow burn, but it's. I mean, it's not for everyone. It says here it's based on a story by the Japanese writer Haruki Murakami, which I've never read any of his stuff, but we've got a few of his like Norwegian Wood and stuff like that. I didn't recognise. Oh, there's only one recognisable face in here for me. It was Stephen Yeun, kind of plays the
Yes.
antagonistic figure, a person of kind of privilege or slick, and this dude here is kind of more rural, hardworking, works around what's it called? Like greenhouses, I think, and like bee farms. And it's like this kind of clash, this tension between two classes, which is what there's a massive gap in South Korea, to my knowledge, between like the wealthy and the lower class, more than there is in this country, more than there is in probably America.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I've not looked into it too much, but the stuff I have seen, it's present in a lot of their media as well. There is this kind of dystopic kind of exploration, and classes usually comes into a lot of it. So I would like to go and read the original text and see how that
Yeah.
differs from it. There's one sort of key bit I remember is there's a scene where his female friend is dancing to this Miles Davis track, which I think was in a French film like, what's that, Ascension to Beauvoir? Lift to the... Nah, my brain's off. But anyway, it's a nice kind of jazz song, not that I'm too fond of jazz. And the cinematography is beautiful in it. Again, it's about like a writer who is stuck writing. He's just like, I don't know what I want to write. So it's got that kind of aspect. I don't really want to say too much about it other than it's a nice, beautiful film that if you've got 2.5 hours of your life, it definitely stays with you.
Cool. Nice.
It's been like 3 or 4 years since I've watched it, and it still kind of lingers with you.
That's great.
So that's
Was this an introduction to Korean cinema for you, or you
No.
already you're well into?
I wouldn't say well into it, but this definitely kicked off, and it encouraged my decision to select more from that section.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, great recommendation. And Pete, you
Oh,
obviously
yeah, it's a great film.
recommend that as well. That's
Yep.
that's
Like I say,
great.
it's a slow burner, so you've got to be in the mood for
Yeah.
just a
Cool.
nice little visual feast.
Beautiful. All right. Well, thank you. It's a great selection there. I think if we're all happy with that, we'll move on to the next.
Mhm.
Very good. Allow me.
Thank you.
All right, Jordan.
Cool.
What you got for us?
This one here. This is
Now,
by
this guy.
Yeah, this guy.
This guy's a legend.
Yeah, Takashi Kitano. I think in one of his interviews, maybe not in this, but just in general, he said that if he didn't end up becoming an actor, he would have become a Yakuza. Because like growing up, I think the Yakuza in his area were like they kind of kept the peace, so that's someone that, as a kid, that he really looked up to. So that's why he ends up playing a lot of Yakuza type
doesn't he?
characters
Lot
in
of
his
his films,
film.
yeah.
It's a bit of like fantasy fulfillment
Yeah,
for him, I guess, where he gets to be a badass and like
He's an art house action man, isn't he? Pretty much.
kind of He lends to like he makes all his films super quick because I think he's a busy man, so he's pretty like gung ho. He's kind of like in some way the Peter Tonks of of Japanese filmmaking. We shares a resemblance there. But this film here, it's quite.
It's not a bad comparison.
Yeah,
It's pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
No, he beats cool. I've seen lots of Beat films. They're,
Um,
they're great.
He's done lots of good films. I had a hard
That's probably
time.
his best, right? I reckon.
Probably out there, Honeybee Fireworks
Honeybee's
is
pretty good too,
that's
yeah.
pretty good as well. He's done some ones that are pretty goofy because he actually was I think he was a comedic actor before doing this, sort of more action drama type stuff. But this film's very Japanese. It's very kind of slow paced. I love empty space. Not as slow as like an Ozu or a Mizoguchi or anything like that, but it's got this kind of absurdity. They're just kind of chilling on a beach.
This one's a real chill film, isn't it? Yeah. It's like it's a cruisy film, I'd call it.
It
It's
is
like
a
he just
cruisy
kinda
film.
cruises
It's almost
around
like a hangout on the
Yeah.
beach. They
with
just
the odd
Nice.
bit of violence or craziness from memory.
That sounds
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. No, I'm completely unfamiliar with this, but it's
Well, just
It
think
sounds
beat,
great.
beat whatever his last name is, and
Beat
yeah, no,
Takashi.
he does some good. He's worth checking out, mate.
that's
Something
great.
different.
I mean,
Don't start with Violent Cop though. That one's a bit violent.
I mean, described on the back as the Japanese Goodfellas by the Tokyo Bullet, so that's a pretty good.
I'm not too sure about that. Goodfellas is a lot more violent. But that's kind of high praise.
the Japanese Goodfellas.
I guess so. Yeah, if you approach Goodfellas in it, yeah, there's a point where they intersect. There's a
They
point.
may have been meaning Beat more so than that film, mightn't they? Because that one's
Yeah, maybe.
hard to
Yeah,
know.
I'm not too sure, but it's a nice film.
That's great.
Very-
Worth checking out.
Worth checking out
That's a must, that
on
one.
a lazy Sunday.
Yeah.
And yeah, a customer Gary Franklin who's in quite a lot. Do you know Gary?
Is he their Scottish or Irish friend?
Nah, he is American. He's originally from Texas, but he's lived here for a long time. He has a good few recommendations. He put me onto this one and the Eel,
We
Shone Imamura, I
We should
think.
get him in for this as well.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
He watches heaps of films.
Fantastic.
So he's definitely. That's a good thing about working here. Is not only through people like
Good recommendation.
Pete Karen, people coming like yourself, Jake, customers, friends, like it all feeds into, and I've got a list that I can never possibly finish, which is like great, but also, you got to start being discriminating on your list and what you're going to watch at certain points in time, because there's not enough time.
Yeah.
You've got a long life ahead of you though, so I think you'll do.
Oh, I mean, but you sacrifice other things, I could just
True.
sit at home and just watch things, but then social skills would suffer. All the rest of it, So you got a balanced life is good.
Pete's thinking, I sit at home and watch movies all day, every day.
No,
and
no,
then
not
we're
all the
fine.
time. Not all the time. I get sidetracked and.
No, it's true. We like to when we're doing this, aren't we? So
Yeah.
that's absolutely right. Great recommendation. That's that looks awesome. That's thank you for that.
And this next one is by Ruben Ostlund, The Square.
The Square, which
Yeah.
I've seen as well.
Yeah.
Nice, great film. Something different.
Something different. It's interesting if you haven't seen this film. You look at the cover, you're like, what happens in the film to like lead up to that? Like, what is even going on there? Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it, so
Yeah.
I'm familiar with this
Yeah.
film only because I'm well aware of Terry Notary, who, if anyone who doesn't know, is like a legendary movement coach.
Yeah.
So worked with him very briefly on The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It never really sort of spoke to him. He was there, he was always around and stuff. But yeah, absolute legend in that world.
Mm.
And I remember seeing previews for this when it came out. Obviously, the poster was very iconic. That image.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm familiar with the film. I haven't seen it. I've only seen clips of it, of him pretty much in that ballroom going around and doing his gorilla thing.
It's quite
Yeah.
intense, that scene,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I mean, watching that scene is kind of exhausting. I feel like I mean, he probably got heaps of praise for that performance, but I mean, it's almost Oscar worthy. That's
it's
that's
intense,
insane.
eh?
It's
It's
it's very physical. It's like
That is the clip I've seen. I don't know if that ruins the film or anything, but there is only one scene I've seen, and that's it. So
I don't think that would ruin the film.
No,
It's
not at all.
the rest of it
It
kind
actually
of
goes in a different direction
yeah,
altogether.
yeah.
I mean, it was iconic enough for me to definitely put the film on my list and go, I need to see that at some point. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but
Absolutely.
it looks great.
Great film. It's a unique film, and it's well done.
What are your thoughts on it, Jordan? What sort of drew you to this, man? Like, why did you? Obviously, the cover's strange. How did you go about watching this?
I think maybe my boss Karen recommended it, and maybe a few friends as well. So I watched Force Majeure, I watched this, and then Triangle of Sadness. And what also drew me about this is I really like that it's a satire of the kind of fine arts community. Because the fine arts community is quite pretentious and pompous at times, and far removed from reality. And a lot of it,
was all about.
a lot of it's made up, and it's just money laundering.
Do you reckon it's a bit of a topical thing at the moment? That yeah, like I don't know, just similar films that maybe Velvet Buzzsaw and what was the Menu,
Right.
and is sort of a bit of a theme at the moment. Is that a kind of a thing?
I guess so, even with Triangle of Sadness, right? It's that kind of eat the rich. But
Yes,
I guess the thing is, those are all films that were made for a decent amount of money, so it's kind of Hollywood feeding itself. Maybe less so with Osland. I still know there's some big names in this, and I don't know the budget, but
It's pretty flashy, the film. So
it's reasonably flashy. I mean, for Triangle, they had a bloody yacht and on location in a few places. So in terms of the Menu and these films as well, maybe it's just the rich project giving the working and middle class of hey, we're giving you these ideas of you rebelling against institutions or things higher than yourself. So there is that to be mindful of.
There's something, I don't know, there's something cool about watching. I don't know, it's quite empowering watching stuff like that, isn't it?
It is. I mean, in terms of Triangle, it was quite interesting that towards the end it became kind of a meritocracy where people were valued on what they actually brought to their small microcosm society, sort of Lord of the Flies-ish. And all the rich people kind of didn't really have the skills of just being able to even self-care.
Right,
No one had practical knowledge. It was the toilet cleaner, the bathroom cleaner, who ruled the roost.
Which is actually very much what this is about too, isn't it?
Yeah. And in a lot of ways, one of my favourite scenes is that guy with Tourette's during an artist talk, and he can't control himself because he has Tourette's, and he's just yelling out, "Garbage! Garbage! Bullshit!" And there's something it's something I've thought of. If you've been to a few artist talks, you really do feel like saying that, and it's really interesting when people just kind of what's it called, enable or appease or give these people ideas. They ask them questions, and you just think why are you encouraging this sort of behavior? It's really perplexing. Maybe I'll just say I just don't get it. Maybe we got this concept of a testador as someone who looks at paint and only sees the paint. I feel like I get it, but I just don't like it. So that's the element of taste, right? There's no such thing as universal taste, so we all have. It comes back to that thing, what frightens one person might not, and what makes one laugh might offend another. So I'd say there's a lot of great modern artists, or postmodern we're in now, postmodern, but also there's a lot of really lazy trash. And that's how I feel.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah.
And you need only just walk into a gallery. It's good that there's still some really cool stuff both locally and abroad being made. But when people start getting very conceptual and start selling invisible sculptures and taking bananas to the wall.
I did a painting a while back, and Anna said it was rubbish.
Yeah.
And I said, "What are you talking about? I've seen one just like this," and they take me.
Yeah.
Modern, and it was
That's
famous.
it. But it's because you're not an established
I
artist,
didn't,
so you can't get away with it. You know.
I didn't have a good enough story to go with it.
No. It'd be like if in a blind auction or something, if you didn't know what you were buying and you bought a Picasso, you're like, oh, I'm so excited, I bought a Picasso, it was only like $5,000 or something, you get it, and it might just be a squiggle, because he did so many of those. He
Yeah,
did
he did
every
too
art
many.
form, didn't just do one, you know? So it's like,
But it's a Picasso.
but it's a Picasso. It's like, cool. That's great. Does it improve your life in any way? When you look at it, do you like think like, wow, that's one great squiggle? I mean, if you want to look at great squiggles, look at the old like Chinese and Japanese and like Korean ink paintings. Those are some fucking squiggles.
They're cool.
You know, just like mountains and little trees articulated with as minimal and very expressive brushwork. Like, I'm more of a nerd about that sort of stuff.
That's great.
I think that shit's awesome.
We're really branching out on this
Well,
one,
this
aren't
was-
we?
this
It's
was a great
it's a
one.
lesson in art. I think it's fantastic.
I'm just trying to. I paid a lot for my degree, and I'm
It's great. I
trying.
feel
I'm
like-
trying to like give you guys free shit. Yeah.
Well, we are thoroughly enjoying it. Please keep it up. Bring on the next one. Here we
Okay.
go. Here we go.
Cool. Mother. This is a film I wish I had seen in the cinema. I don't know why I didn't. I really liked that in the.
We did play it, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, this was before I even.
You started, was it?
Yeah, before I even came here, I think the first film I saw here was Isle of Dogs
Oh, yeah.
with
yeah,
a few
nice.
friends, and I walked in. I was like, wow, like, I put myself back to that moment, and I can kind of understand why people walk in here and don't know where anything is. But because I've worked here for so long, I'm kind of confused why people don't know where the bathrooms are, or so many people go out of the Egyptian
Yeah,
and
they
try
do.
go into the Wonderland and be like, bathroom, and I just like, like and it's like so many people just don't tilt their head up to look and see there's a sign saying it's a cinema. But then I think like, I was probably that once, so it's just difficult when you've done
It's a busy
something
little
for so
place,
long.
isn't it? Yeah.
But I do understand it's like there's so many it's overloaded with stimuli in
They're
here.
still missing
Yeah.
customers. There's still,
Yeah.
still people trapped.
So this one here, yeah, Aronofsky, who mostly makes comfortability and anxiety simulators and psychological stuff. What to say about this? It's just fucked. I watched it again last year and I thought that's a great film, but God, I guess it's about creation, it's about Genesis, it's about ego, it's about writing, it's about male-female dynamics.
You know, it's pretty good. I must watch it again too. 'Cause
It's got a lot to it. It's I wouldn't recommend
Deep.
it
It's
to a
deep.
lot of people.
Yeah.
It is pretty deep, yeah. I feel like watching it a few times if you want to put yourself through that. You definitely notice, this is the first time I feel like there's an element of shock in it, just with a few bits, or it's the uncomfortability of when all the people coming to her house and just disrespecting it.
yes.
It made me think of my mum. If like she was in that scenario and people were just coming in and just disrespecting something that you built and that you find dear. Yeah, it was quite uncomfortable, and that's
And-
like not even the most uncomfortable part of the film.
In Mother Nature, right? That's sort of the
Yeah.
the thing behind it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is that. It's got a lot to it. It's kind of. Yeah, it's kind of cosmic in a way. It's very kind of cosmic. It's got these like Christian undertones, but it's weaved in where it's not overt. It makes a lot of sense. So. Not in the same capacity or grandeur as like Lord of the Rings, right? Where that's like masterfully weaved in Christian subtext. But this is for something modern. It's
Sure,
well
I mean,
justified. Yeah, it's not like an afterthought because maybe Aronofsky is. Well, I mean that sounds like a Jewish name, not to. Maybe he is Christian, maybe he is religious or spiritual in some way. I don't know. Noah's pretty shit by him. Don't watch
Yeah,
that.
no, it's bad, but
That's his one film that I've tried to watch a few times and I thought it's such a cool story, but like the movie sucks.
It did suck. Yeah.
And it has a good cast, but it just sucks. But not everyone can make a good film all the time, right? But Mother uncomfortable. Jennifer Lawrence is amazing in that, and Javier Bardem is just, yeah.
And every time you watch it, I've only watched it once, but yeah, I can imagine every time you're going to pick out something new because there's so much symbolism going on in it.
I watched this last year as well as when I was meant to be editing. I just needed a break from it, from editing my 20-minute short film, and I put it on, and I mean, it just made me feel kind of bad that I wasn't going to make a film as good as this. I was just like, oh, I was kind of inspired. I made nothing like this, and not that my thing was following this, but I just thought like, wow, that's a powerful film, you know? And I'll probably watch it again in another few years, and I bet it'll still hit, and I might find some new insight into it. Yeah, and it's a good way to do a trailer. If you remember, she's just walking around the house, and it doesn't give anything away about the film. And I really wish I'd seen it in the cinema, because, you know, it would have been more impactful. But we've
Same
got
director as the one.
The Whale.
No,
Yeah.
the Whale.
Yep.
As well, but also the drug one that I recommended. What was that? I've forgotten his name. With the big eye out there in the top 500. Oh, never mind. Move on. I've forgotten what it is.
No, I want to know what one it is now.
Yeah, what one is it?
What is it?
What one is it?
No, what
Oh,
the
the drug-
Aaron
the
Hopkins
drug-
do?
the drug-taking one.
The Science of Sleep.
The-
The Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, thank
Yes.
you.
The book of that is even more depressing than the film.
Requiem
if
for
you
a
can
Dream.
imagine. Yeah.
We had to talk about it a few weeks ago when Pete picked it, and
Oh.
it's a great film.
It is a great, it is a great film. It just makes, oh man, yeah, don't do drugs, kids. Or just like, don't do heroin.
It looks
God.
awesome though, doesn't it?
Harikiri.
What a cover.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
It's pretty cool. So this is by director Takashi Miike, I believe his first surname. They sometimes reverse them in Asian culture because, you know, the surname, the family is more important. So depending on what print, they can be flipped. I feel like it's Miike because it's Japanese, but I could be wrong. Cancel me now.
Do you know Mike Takashi?
Yeah, Mike Takashi. Cool. Yeah, so he also directed 13 Assassins, which is kind of a reimagining of Seven Samurai. And it's a bit more condensed and violent. 13 Assassins, I recommend it. That's also, I was almost going to pick that, just because it's for people who maybe don't have, 3.5 hours in their time and just want to get in there. And it's done really well. It's pretty much, you know, a lot of these more modern films, they wouldn't exist in their form without drawing on what came before them.
Yes. No, true.
So most of the films I've seen by this guy, not that I've seen too many, are kind of wild and crazy. Ichi the Killer is probably one of his crazy. You've seen that, eh?
I haven't seen it, but you pointed it out to me one other time. I've seen the cover.
Yeah, that's another film that starts off pretty wild.
Actually, I feel like I have seen it, but yeah,
Maybe.
It's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, Ichi is this guy who is a crybaby, but whenever he blacks out, he ends up killing everyone around him.
Yes.
And then there's this guy who's a masochist, and he wants to hunt down Ichi and challenge him because he is just too good at. This other dude's just too good at killing people. He wants a challenge. So the whole film's going towards this meeting of these two people. It's ridiculous. Super violent. Think
There's
probably.
not much of a story in between the fighting, is there? So I think. Is it the one?
I haven't seen it since half my life ago. I watched that when I googled something like what are some wild movies to watch, and things like Ichi the Killer and Requiem and stuff like that come up. So this is from a kind of Tarantino-esque Japanese, very different, but in that terms of ultra kind of violence comedy.
So the
Filming
over the top blood. And
Yeah,
gore
yeah,
and-
the over the
That's
top,
cool, yeah.
drawing from a lot of Hong Kong and stuff. But this film itself is quite restrained. That's why I picked it. It's a nice kind of drawing on these quieter, slower moving Japanese stories, which is kind of part of their culture. And I'm not sure if it's based on a true story. Maybe it is, but again, I don't want to give too much away on it. It's kind of slow paced. Maybe it's 2 hours.
I'm going to watch it one.
Yeah, 2 hours, 10 minutes.
Sounds cool.
No, that's,
Looks cool.
Well, it says, comes a classic tale of love, honor, and revenge amidst the fall of the samurai in the 17th century Japan. Seeking a noble end, poverty-stricken samurai Hanshiro requests to commit ritual suicide at the House of Lee, run by headstrong Keijiu. But after being told a tragic story of another samurai's agonizing suicide, Hanshiro sets in motion a tense showdown of vengeance against the house of this feudal lord. Yeah.
nice. That's great.
Because once the samurai were kind of done with, they ran out of money, and they kind of, apart from like became ronin or like mercenaries, right? And they had nowhere to go.
Once
And
no one wanted them, they hadn't saved their money. And
yeah, and then the only thing, because there's this Bushido and Code of the Samurai and honor and their cultures, like the most noble thing we can do is go somewhere nice and kill ourselves. So it's hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a
And
nice.
it's about that.
Yeah, it's kind of about that, but yeah,
Wow.
I don't really want to say too more, but it's a nice film, and
I
it's
have
not
no
too wild or twisted. It's just
Yeah.
kind of, it's mostly a drama, I guess.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Great pick. That
Yeah.
sounds awesome. Very good.
it's cool.
What have you got next for us, Jordan?
Oh, The Wild Goose Lake. This is a Chinese film.
Great title.
Yeah,
I have seen this one. It was out a few years ago.
It
We
was,
played
yeah.
it here at Alice.
did we?
Yep.
Man, I missed out on
You missed
seeing
out on
all
that
these
one as well.
films.
That's where I saw it, in the Egyptian, I think.
Yeah. From what I remember from this film, it's been a few years, is the cinematography, the lighting, the kind of look at like street China, all the markets.
It's pretty cool. It's very sexy looking.
It is very sexy looking. I think there's a sexy lady in there as well. Maybe.
True.
I
There
can't
will be.
remember. I don't know. But it was cool. It's compelling. It's that kind of romance between two figures. Similar but different to, say, something like... the other one I was going to pick, but it was ours, Decision to Leave.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, similar to that. Because this one's... There's that quite disturbing scene with the wire and the bike, eh? That was...
Yeah.
Did not say what happens, but that's quite disturbing, that one, from memory.
Yeah, I think it's just probably not wise to mess with people who are like gang members and who just don't really value human life or don't want to. They're not afraid to cross lines. So I mean, this is
Avoid.
the protagonist
So
kind of ends up pissing off the wrong people and he's kind of being pursued.
Cool.
Yeah,
Right,
so
right.
it's kind of tense, noir, sexy. The cover is amazing. There's a lot of like kind of neon stuff in it because why not? I mean, the Chinese love their neon. They're really great light artists
the
as
same
well.
director
The stills in the back are sexy too, though. Like, it looks great.
Oh, yeah, man.
Visually, it looks beautiful.
Is it the
It
same
is.
director as Cold...
Black Coal.
Black Coal...
Black Coal, Thin Ice.
Thin
I
Ice,
think
it
so.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That film was amazing. That's one of my
Yeah,
favourites.
you had that on your picks for a long time, didn't
yeah,
you?
that's a great film. So yeah, that's why I watched that one, because it was the same. Yeah. Black Hole.
Things like this have, I think I got recommended this by Jordan Solomon, who works at Silky Otter. He used to work at Lumiere.
Oh yeah.
Because I think he studies Chinese and he's watched heaps of Chinese
oh,
film.
wow.
He might be a
Cool.
good person to get on as well, but
Yeah, no,
Yeah, of course,
because his
yeah.
partner's working here now, isn't she?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think she's dropping because she already works at Lumiere and does
Right.
postgraduate stuff, but retainers casual, some
No,
long
I'll get him
story.
in. Thank you.
But yeah,
Good.
it'd be a good one. But yeah, it reminded me I'd like to watch some more kind of modern Chinese cinema.
Yep, and that one's is a new one, yeah.
Yeah, I watched a few in Dunedin that my friend showed me who was quite into the Hong Kong sort of stuff. Watched like the 5 Deadly Venoms and those kind of campy ones, which inspired a lot of Tarantino and Wu-Tang and
Nice.
that
nice.
just ridiculous kind of Mortal Kombat-esque stuff.
Berserk, was it?
Berserk.
Berserk.
Yeah,
It's a nice chunky case, isn't
it is. Yeah, there's nothing in it because it has how many
Oh, it's
six discs which are out the back. So
Nice.
with the ones we have multiple discs of, we keep a swapper case out the back.
Nice. Smart.
They
So
get damaged by the security thing.
I bet, yeah.
they do, yeah. Over time, eh? So this is adapted from a manga. I think this original one came out in, I want to say, sometime in the 80s. It's kind of like a dark fantasy is the genre. This dude Guts essentially is being hunted by demons, and he'll always be hunted by demons. He's got a sword, and it's very violent, and he just
And he always wins in the end and
Well-
kills lots of people. Is that?
a little bit.
Have you seen any of this?
No.
I've had this recommended to me recently by 2 different people.
It's quite good. Like later on in the story, there's almost like a war of the roses kind of dynamic. So it becomes kind of political. It's these 2 factions, and there's also these 2 friends who are like kind of pitted against each other. So yeah, on the cover it just looks like blood and guts and stuff, and it is a decent amount of that because it contains horror scenes. Angus recently bought the first volume of the manga, and the illustrations are wild. Like it's amazing, but the story is really compelling. The introduction song's super like fairy and camp, which is hilarious. And compared to the tone of the rest of it,
Great.
it's like the intro theme and opening's got like flowers and stuff in it, and it seems like it's not gonna get violent. But no, it's a great story. Honestly, it ended up inspiring a lot of other, like both video games and fiction, and like kind of Dark Souls is drawing heavily from this.
Cool.
If you've ever heard of that, or
How many episodes of this? Is it one of those ones
gosh.
that's just completely packed? Like
625 in total.
yeah.
So it's-
Episodes.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of them are crazy,
It's a month.
isn't it?
It was good. I was watching this when I was unemployed in Dunedin, and it didn't take me long to get through.
You've completely smashed it.
Yeah, like twice. Like once when I didn't have a job, and once when I had a job, just in parts.
Wow.
You know.
How did you find that show?
They'd probably be half an hour or something long, are they? What,
They're just like what 24 minutes or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
600.
600 is still quite a few. Though,
6
yeah.
minutes. That's all right. I mean, a lot of people watch way more with The Crown and Yellowstone and all that stuff nowadays, because those are 50 minutes. And
Yeah, true.
it's funny that some people this is just an everyone thing, right? We're like, oh, don't want to watch The Brutalist or Once Upon a Time in America because it's 3.5 hours, but then we will all
Watch a
watch
series
3 to 4 hours of a show, maybe because it's the illusion of being broken into chunks, right?
Yeah.
It's
that's
that
good.
psychological breaking, or
Yeah. I go through all the time. So many people. I've lost a lot of cinema friends because they go, oh, movies are too long these days, and I always want to go and see the long movies, and so I just tend to go along by myself.
I mean, I do the same, because, I mean, you would know when people get older, right? You'd start having different schedules, so you can't always line up. People start having families and kids, and
Yeah.
people work different hours, so sometimes, like, if I want to see something bad enough, I'll go and see it.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'm
I'm-
very much the same. It's the way to go,
Yeah.
otherwise you'll miss out.
I'm not going to drag my partner along to something that she will hate.
Yeah.
You know? But then, for some reason, I'll go to something that she quite likes, that I'll tolerate.
You hate.
I guess that's just
Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy, on DVD now.
Oh, I already got
It's
dragged.
actually a good film.
I already got dragged along to the thing, and it was not like it was actually watchable. It was alright.
It was pretty good.
The first 2 of those films are actually like the first one's pretty classic. Second one's good. I've never seen the third, and I probably wouldn't.
Third one's not great.
I just imagine that she had a kid. I feel like that. That's all you need to know, right? And she had 2 of them. Oh, last one, cool.
Last one already.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
feel
good.
like- I
It's
feel like
been
those.
going a while, but
I feel like they've been quick.
it's a nasty one too. This one.
Yeah, it's nasty. Yeah. The House That Jack Built, Lars von Trier. I think Dan recommended this to me. Remember Dan that used to work here?
Our army friend,
Yeah, he's in the military now.
he recommended this one.
Yeah.
He's actually a pretty keen film watcher though. Oh, Dan.
Yeah, no, Dan
Yeah.
watched. If he's around, because he's back in Christchurch. He's
yeah,
at
He
Burnham.
popped in the other day, didn't he? Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Dan from here? He worked here?
Yeah,
worked
Dan
here,
worked
Cool,
here. Yeah.
nice. I've no doubt met him then.
But it is a good film, that one. Like, it's quite disturbing, but it's actually quite. It has a story and it tells it well, doesn't it? You know?
Yeah, it's one of the few films that I can think of at the moment that I forgive for being a bit overindulgent.
And it's quite disturbing. Like this
It-
one's nasty.
It is quite disturbing, yeah. It's also kind of funny in a very dark way, but there's some scenes that are definitely quite disturbing. So
yeah, definitely not. If you're sensitive and don't like to be disturbed, don't watch it. It is.
Yeah, don't.
I'm not sensitive. I love
Yeah.
being disturbed.
Probably-
It looks awesome. It looks great.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's Matt Dillon is very convincing as a serial killer who is an aspiring architect and also is OCD. And I used to watch this film when I get pissed off because I'm thinking, man, I'm grateful that I'm not him. It's just a release to be like, at least I don't go
My
out.
life isn't that.
My life isn't that. And, it's that really dark fantasy of, it's better to remain in fantasy than go out and actually, kill people. And
I'd be slightly concerned though if you're thinking. If you're that dark,
what is
you're
it?
thinking.
2018.
New film.
Matt Dillon's great. Why isn't he in more stuff? He doesn't pop up.
I don't know. Maybe
A lot.
he's too busy nowadays. But I mean, I quite like that tag. That sometimes the stuff they write on the covers are bullshit, but both of those are quite good because nobody else makes movies like Von Trier, and if they did, they'd probably get arrested.
That sums it up quite well, eh?
It sums it up pretty well.
Nice.
I haven't watched it for a while, and I don't really feel the need to because I'm not as angry as I used to be, which is great. But
I read a book on a serial killer I got into a few years ago, and then I watched that, and I thought it was a true serial killer, it was a true, and that summed it up. That was quite real.
Wow.
Like that one hit the mark. From the book I read about this other guy, Ed Edwards, his name was. This
Right.
guy was this guy was the same kind of guy. I felt like he got it right.
modelled off Ed Edwards or
Don't
something.
know if he's modelled off it, but I just based on this guy I read about. And
He's just nailed
Yeah,
that
I just
general
thought-
serial killer
yeah,
sort
some
of.
of the shit that this guy was getting into was it was captured on this. I feel like almost felt like it might maybe was inspired by it a little bit, or even that one about that Iceman guy.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen a documentary on him, and it was
It's a good doco, eh?
Yeah, and it's some
It's
nasty.
freaky.
There's some nasty shit happens in this
I
one.
think the thing about the structure of this film that I find quite interesting, I can't remember the term for it, is when you use this a well-known story alongside it, but it's using Dante's Inferno, and he's talking to Virgil throughout the film, who's guiding him down
something was going on there. I didn't get the whole thing.
down the film, and I ended up reading Dante's Inferno after this, and I mean, if you guys have never read that, I would recommend reading it. It's pretty interesting read, to say the least.
I've heard it mentioned a couple of times. Obviously,
Yeah.
familiar with the title. What is it? What?
Well, it's essentially Dante's being guided by the poet Virgil down the 9 circles of hell,
Mm-hmm.
and the only way to get sort of back up is to go down. So
Right.
it's kind of metaphorical for life. All these circles. It starts with the lusts and the gluttony, greed, goes down to the traitors and fraudsters,
Oh,
and
wow.
each sort of sin or crime has its own specific consequence to it, and then below that Satan is frozen in a lake of his own tears, chained and unable to move, and then they go through. And I haven't read Purgatorio or what was it Paradiso as well.
There's other
Well,
books. There's
that-
other books that sort of.
Yeah,
carry on.
follow on for that. But
That
it
movie
seems
was-
like an allegory in some way for life, like being Christian or not, which I'm not, but it's a very powerful text which so many pops up in so many both other bits of writing, other movies. It
I've
draws
heard it referenced so many
Yeah,
times, eh?
even if something. This is something I noticed during art school. Even if you're not conscious of where something comes from, you're still pulling from it. It's because it's there in the collective unconscious, or whatever you want to call it. It exists, even if you're not aware of it. People have been over the same kind of patterns and motifs and archetypes. They're tried and true. So, part of I guess being a creative of any sort, any medium, is trying to investigate and explore where things come from, so you can take with intention and knowledge and allow things to influence you, filter it through your own kind of life experience. Because early on in in anyone's careers, right? We're always looking at what inspires us. Maybe looking at your Scorsese's or Fincher or something, and being like, well, I just want to make films like that, or I want to write like that, or want to be who's that cinematographer? Can't remember. Like Roger Deakins or something like that, for someone who's into cinematography, or for musicians, man, I want to
we're
have the
all
energy
inspired.
of
Yeah.
Nirvana, right? But at a certain time, you deviate from that and kind of develop your own style based off what came before it. But yeah, it's just
But it's still come from the inspiration has still come
from previous sources, I
Yeah.
guess, because we're in this age of what, postmodern or postmodern, where there's nothing original or new. Everything's just repurposing of original material, but it's in the way that you repurpose that material. And it's like, what is your own personal perspective, or perspective of your culture or people, or what's going on around you at the time with trends and politics that you can apply and you can spin to this. Yeah.
That's interesting. And I mean, going back to the filmmaking side, I remember Peter Jackson once saying, he was being asked about similarities in his films to other popular films, and he just said, "I'm the product of the movies I've seen."
Yeah.
And it's the same. So often I can be, if we're making a short film, we're doing filming or whatever, and I'm trying to explain what we're shooting, how I want it to look. I can literally just bring up a frame from a film, because 9 times out of 10 I am just copying something I've kind of seen before, but putting my own wee spin on it.
Yeah.
And it's just quite interesting how I almost thought it was cheating until I heard Peter Jackson say that, and then just recently read a wee thing from Tarantino saying that he literally just said, I copy films, things that I like in films I just copy, and there are all these stills from his films compared to other older films, and it was,
Absolutely.
it almost it felt, I don't know, for years I felt like that was cheating or was
No, it's using
stealing or something, but it's
it's a reference point. There is a point where it's plagiarism or stealing, or but the line is blurred a lot.
And if we weren't inspired and didn't create these things, then we wouldn't have anything to show for it anyway.
No.
And then
New films wouldn't come along.
yeah, and then that thing would die, and it would. But it's because a certain film might say inspire another director, and then that director then makes future art and whatever, and it does sort of keep that moving. I guess Peter Jackson, King Kong, for example, just. The next, there'll be a younger person who watches Peter Jackson's King Kong and grows up to be a director, and then they make their own, thing which will surely be inspired by it. So
it's interesting to think if with some of, maybe nothing yet, potentially that one, and maybe some of the other films that have been mentioned in this whole conversation, if you were to just remove them from existence, right, and think of a theoretical alternative timeline, some films might not exist in the way they exist
completely
because of their influence.
Yeah.
And then before there was even film, right, there was paintings. A lot of the old films they're still kind of constructing them from paintings, whether it's the lighting, the positioning.
And
Lord of the Rings did a lot of that as well.
Yes,
and he's getting it from novels, isn't he? But in some ways, I think you're right. This is taken from that book, isn't it?
Quite.
'Cause they end up in hell, don't they? In this thing.
Oh yeah. From at least like part of the story, I think it's more the Inferno part of this that I was really drawn to. The rest of it is kind of just, well, Lars von Trier seems like a bit of a. No, it's wrong to be judgmental. I don't know. He's just quite an out there filmmaker. As I said, he's been in the game for long enough that he can get away with doing shit like this.
Yeah.
But it's kind of self-indulgent. It's ridiculous. It has got some funny bits, like honestly him dragging a body behind his car while David Bowie's Fame plays. That's obviously done for comedic effect. It's not the funniest thing in the world, but it's ridiculous. And then it rains, and then he gets away with it. But then
That's right.
this is based in America, where murders happen every fucking day. So it is that commentary on people just disappear. But over here, you hear about people still disappear and stuff. But it's shocking when gun violence is here. It's shocking when someone disappears. It comes out in the news because we're a small country and we're connected more than somewhere like America, where through watching Casino, there's many holes in the desert where bodies just get fucking put.
This sounds like it'll be my type of film. I do.
Be aware.
Be warned.
Be warned.
Chase it with something optimistic. Yeah.
I love a good pre-warning. I want to watch it even more now.
Yeah, no.
It's dark.
great.
No, it's dark, man. It is a good film, but it's dark.
There's elements of it where it's almost peaceful, like only very small moments. Do you remember when all the people in the field have got the scythes, and it's this rhythmic kind of ASMR of them all, how they used to cut the grass in the field. Was maybe they still do it in certain cultures, and they're all standing there, and it's kind of like a liminal space, I guess, that they're in. So there's these really interesting moments of cinematography and storytelling, and I guess the film is comprised by vignettes, and it's kind of experimental in a way, but still easy enough to follow. And
It's dark.
Oh, you've hooked me in, man. Yeah, no, I'm keen. It sounds great. That's awesome.
I mean, because it's difficult to take risks in filmmaking, I think, especially if you have a larger budget, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's why a lot of the indie and smaller films are taking massive risks, because they're like, well, we've got nothing to lose, right? So for films that have got bigger budgets to kind of break from formulas and try new things, there's something we're maybe seeing less and less of.
Yeah.
That's my take on it anyway, but I think the future of cinema is a lot with the up-and-coming filmmakers, ones, you know, that I've met recently, some of my friends, some of the local ones, like look what Sean Baker did with Anora. What's that, like 6 million?
Yeah.
I mean, he probably underpaid some people and used Russians, but still, he made a great film. Yeah, you just need a good idea, the right people. I think it's difficult to line up everyone's schedules. That's the main thing, when you got to work to get a wage and, you know, to put a roof over your head, pay the power bills. It's finding the time when you can, you know.
But if you work within your means, anything's achievable, you know.
I think so, yeah. And kind of being more ambitious, right? If you shoot for the moon, you might not get there, but at least you're like aiming for something. And where you might land is, I mean, well, I guess if you shoot for the moon and don't land, you're just in fucking orbit, aren't you? I guess there's a bunch of, satellites up there by now, so you probably coast the road back, and do you get what I mean?
Better to create something than nothing, man.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us and for taking time. It's a late night and you just finished work and you just came in here and gave us a complete masterclass on Japanese, Chinese and Korean cinema, as well as some other gems. It's been an absolute pleasure, Jordan. Thank you so much.
And what you learn when you go to film school, basically.
Totally. No, honestly, thank you. It's a great insight, and I just
Well, the theory, film school theory, it's great.
That's great.
I'd say that I learned the most off probably John, who was there.
JC?
Yeah, and
We're
now
getting
that
him in. We're getting him in. We've got to get him.
yeah, and now that he's gone from the film school, I'd say there's not really a lot of good film knowledge there.
True.
Yeah, he was very much that department because he's a DP.
Great, man.
Yeah.
He's an awesome DP.
He's a cinematographer. He's watched shitloads of film. He has the time of day for anyone.
Yeah.
The other people in that department at the moment are not really actively making, I guess, film, or film's not their primary thing, so it's difficult when you have questions and they just pop out random vague art shit.
Yeah,
so you want someone who can...
It just gives you a straight answer, right? You know, the film
helps.
industry is lucky to have JC, and Canterbury's lucky to have JC. John Stoffels is amazing. Hey, look, thanks again for talking to us.
Yeah.
Check out Alice, jump online, have a look at the website, sign up to the mail out service, come in here, see some films, rent some films, come visit Jordan, this guy will look after you.
What days do you work, Jordan? No.
What's your number? Thanks again everyone for watching this, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Thank you.